Part 4. Chad finally made it to the beautiful state of California, Orange County, California.
Yeah, so I'm in Orange County, doing the semi-homeless life, living out of my car. Never really did the Momo thing when I was getting high. I just, I'm the kind of drug addict. Like when I get high, I don't want to spend my money on anything but drugs.
Yeah.
So I can't justify taking that $60, $70 for a hotel room when I can go like bird bath at the gas station in the bathroom and have the money to get high. So we're doing our thing out here. We're like robbing stores like Belks, or not Belks, but what's the all the nice stores down in South Coast. We're getting the purses and the wallets and the belts and whatever. and so we go down to Fashion Island to Neiman Marcus. I had a guy that owned a store that sold these things, and he would like give me a list of shit that he wanted, and we would go steal it, and then he would give me a good price on it. And so on the list today was a couple of one Gucci belt and one Ferragamo belt, like $500 a piece, $500-600. So I get to the store, I go in, I snag the stuff, I'm walking out, and I just get tackled by like a plainclothes security officer. They caught me with the merchandise, they arrest me, they take me to jail in Irvine, I think it is, or Newport, somewhere down Newport. And then from Newport, they transfer me to Orange County Jail.
The Main.
The Main.
The Loop.
The Loop. My first experience with the wonderful Loop in Orange County.
I hate that.
And like I thought because I had been to jail and spent like an extended period in Georgia and a couple months in Alabama jail, county jails, that like I was ready,
Seasoned.
mm-hmm. Right? I wasn't no rookie. Mm-hmm. And then I come in to Orange County Jail, and like it was just eye-opening. Mm-hmm. The inmates are organized. They got rules amongst themselves. You can talk to these people, you can't talk to those people. You can use this toilet, you can't use that toilet. Like, this is your phone, don't touch that phone. Like all the things, all the rules that are put on you. And then, if you break these rules, you got consequences, mm-hmm. right? And so I'm in the jail. They end up transferring me. I'm in the Main for like a few days, and they end up transferring me to Theo Lacey, the men's facility. And I'm in the dorms over there, and we had this guy that was in charge of the white boys there, and for whatever reason, this dude didn't like me.
Are they calling you Bama?
They call me Bama. Little skinny kid, homeless, drug addict with a big fucking mouth. Yeah. Like I probably wouldn't have liked me either. Yeah. To make it fair to the dude.
It's funny, dude. Every guy that I've been locked up with that's not from California, his nickname is his state.
Yeah.
So like Jersey, Bama, Oklahoma, we call them Okie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like their state.
Yeah, that's all we get. You guys get all these cool fucking nicknames. And we get our fucking state, dude. That's all right. So I'm in there, and I break some of these rules, because like that's what I do, And at this point in my life, I've just got this fuck the world mentality, and nobody's gonna tell me what to do. And so I break these rules, and I end up going into the shower with a couple of 3 guys that are all much bigger than me, and they show me what happens when you break the rules out here. So this happened like the first month to 2 months I was here. This happened like once a week, because this dude just really legitimately didn't like me. So every time like I fucking woke up on the wrong side of the bed, this dude was like,
Who was the guy that had the keys?
yeah,
Anyway.
he was like sending me into the shower.
Yeah.
You know,
And that means they're taking him in there and doing 3-on-1 or 2-on-1 or how.
yeah,
they
3-on-1.
3-on-1.
They call it fighting, but like it's not. It's not much of a fight. And you know, every time the instructions where I was to come out leaking, and every time I did, and I would come out with just like blood pour out of my mouth, and I would just have this fucking shit-eating grin on my face. You know what I'm saying? I would make sure he saw it when I came out, and I'm sure that didn't help the situation.
So I'm sure it got worse every time.
Yeah, and so this happened, and then eventually I get, because I'm like, not only am I having incidents with him, but like I got this fuck you attitude towards the guards too, and you know, they would tell me to do, I would get in trouble like going to chow or whatever, you know, and they came in one night and I was off to do a count or some shit, and I was off my rack after fucking lights out, and I had accumulated enough write-ups at that point that they moved me to the mods, to the 23-hour lockdown.
Yeah.
And there, you know, I wasn't tripping because like I've been in like a month and a half at this point, 2 months, and I already went to court, and I was supposed to be getting released in like a few weeks. And the day before I'm supposed to go to court to sign, they called me out, and they're like, "We need you to sign something." And I'm like, "Well, what am I signing?" And they're like, "It's new charges." So that house that we were staying in that we had robbed 6 months earlier, they finally filed the charges. Yeah. She's now in custody at this time. I'm in custody on unrelated charges. So they file on us. And so I went from thinking I'm going to get out to not knowing how much longer I'm going to be in here. Again, I'm being told by my peers that probably going to go to prison on this one. It's a residential burglary. This is like a strike in California. We don't have those in Alabama, so it's like trying to figure everything out. And they're like, you know, if you're lucky, you'll get like a probation and a strike, and you won't have to go to prison.
But I'm telling you, it was a strike.
It was a strike.
Was it?
Yeah, residential burglary was a strike.
Huh.
Yeah. So we end up staying in for like another 6 months. We finally go to court, and you know, we're doing like the jailhouse romance. Like I get lucky enough to get on the bus with my girl, and we sit like, and we're like talking through the cages on the bus, and like sticking our fingers through the holes so we can fucking hold hands and fucking whatever. So we go into court, and she's never done time before, and by this point she's been locked up like 6 months, and she's ready to get the fuck out, you know. I'm not wanting to take any kind of deal because they're offering like time served and 5 years probation.
Yeah.
Right, and I know I'm not done getting high.
Yeah.
I'm not going to report to probation, right? It's just if I'm on probation, I'm more fucked than I am when I'm in here. So we go to court, and they offer the deal. She says she's taking the deal, and they tell us that the deal is only available if both of us take it. And so she's like yelling. We're in the courtroom. I'm in the men's cage. She's in the women's cage. She's yelling at me to sign the fucking deal. I'm yelling back at her, don't sign the fucking deal. The judge is banging his gavel. Like, it's nuts. So, eventually I signed the deal because she wants to get out. And we signed the deal, that means we can go home in the next, like that day or whatever. So I signed the deal. She signs the deal. We get out. Now the car that we've been living in is long gone because we've both been in for 6 months. It got like, I don't even know what the fuck happened to it. And so we get released, and now we're like straight up homeless on the streets, like sleeping under bridges, on top of buildings, like wherever.
Yeah.
And we're out for like 90 something days, like 93 days or something. Of course we get out, neither one of us report. We're absconding from the jump. And we're getting high, doing our thing in Santa Ana, and then we get we're sleeping under the bridge at Harbor and Warner, and they come through the riverbed doing a sweep. They find us. They run our names. We've got warrants. They take us back into jail. We do a 40 or 30-day violation or whatever, like the minimum violation is, and they let us out. We abscond from the jump again. We're sleeping on top of the CVS. We're sleeping in empty dumpster bays. Like, it's just, life has just gotten to, like, every line that I thought that I had that I would not cross has now been crossed, you know? And I remember some dude at the CVS, we were sleeping on top of the CVS down there, and the manager, like, they found us, and the manager, like, talked to us and tried to, like, offer us to go to rehab together, and
The manager of the CVS?
yeah, just trying to be like a good dude,
Yeah.
you know? And I remember just, like, telling the dude, like, I'm cool.
Yeah.
You know? And like during this time, like the girl's with me through all this, and like she has various points where she's like, why don't we just get sober and like stop this shit? And like, you know, there's some people that like will like make those promises over and over again, like I'm never getting high again.
Yeah.
You know? And after that first time in jail, when I told the lawyer I wasn't going to get high, and then I immediately, the first thing I did after when I got out was get high. Like, after that point, I knew, like, this is just what I do.
Yeah.
Right? I was a guy in rehab that nobody thought was going to make it. I was, you know, at this point, I've been out here for like 2.5 years. I haven't spoken to my parents since I've been out here. I haven't seen my family since I've been out here. Like, the only things I have in my life at this point are what's in my backpack, the stolen bike that I'm riding, and the couple of homeless people that are homeless in the same area that I am that know me. Yeah. You know? And so I was under no delusion or denial about the fact of who I was and what I was. And I didn't think that there was, you know, any hope for me. I didn't think that there was any other life for me. And I had just become resigned to the fact that that I was going to die in some alley in Santa Ana somewhere, like 3,000 miles away from home.
Yeah.
I didn't have a wallet or an ID, so I used to keep a little piece of paper in my pocket, and it had my mother's name and phone number on it, because I wanted if I died, I wanted somebody to tell my mom,
Call your mom. Yeah.
and at least let her know that like her son was dead.
Yeah.
And like that's all that I could give my mom at that point in my life.
Yeah.
Was just like, I'll make sure they notify you when I die, so I don't end up in some unmarked grave out here.
It's crazy.
You know? So we end up getting arrested again. We're walking down the street on Main Street going into Irvine from Santa Ana, and it's like 2 o'clock in the afternoon on a Tuesday. we're just walking down the street, minding our own business, and an Irvine cop sees us, and he flips a U-turn and hops out. Are you guys on probation or parole? And I immediately lose my shit because I'm like, you know, why the fuck are you stopping me, dude?
Yeah.
Like, I'm walking down the street to McDonald's to get something to eat with my girl. I don't look fucking suspicious. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Like, the fuck is your problem? And he continued asking me if I was on probation and parole, and I continued to confront him about why he stopped me. Things got heated. He ended up slamming me down on the car and roughing me up a little bit. My girl's screaming. She's crying. And I know at this point, like, the game is up, dude.
Yeah.
You know? So he runs our information, finds out we're on parole, takes us to jail. We go back to the main. We're back in the loop again. And, I don't know, dude. I remember going into the loop, and right when they take you in, when you see the nurse, right when you start the process, they give you a cup and they tell you to pee in it, so that they can give you like comfort meds when you're detoxing, not like good medication. At that time, they only gave you like blood pressure medication.
Yeah, I remember when I went in there kicking, told them I was on all kinds of shit. I think they gave me,
Like clonidine.
I don't even remember what it was.
It's-
It was something for my stomach or something, like, so
Yeah,
I wouldn't get sick.
it's bullshit. But like I don't like that. The drugs they're giving you aren't gonna like really take any of the pain away.
No, but you still take them.
Well, I wouldn't, dude, because it was more trouble for me to get up at 6 in the morning and go
Take
to
a pill call.
do the pill call and like
Yeah.
goes to be seen by the nurse. Just let me lay in my fucking bed for my 3 days and then I'll fucking program.
Yeah.
You know, and she gave me the cup and she said, "Are you on any kind of street drugs?" And I said, "Yes, all of them." And she said, "Well, I need you to pee in that cup." I said, "Well, I'm not going to pee in the cup." She's like, "Well, if you don't pee in the cup, you're not going to get any medications." And I'm like, "So be it." She's like, "It'll help you through your detox." And I remember looking at her and I said, "Maybe I'll learn my lesson this time."
Yeah.
And so we go in, we go to court like a week later, and I look at my girl and I said, "I don't care what you do, but I'm over it." And
Yeah.
she looked at me and she said, "All right, let's go to prison." And so my lawyer comes over and I was like, "Yo, fuck this probation. I got 5 years that hasn't even started. Like, just send me to prison.
Yeah.
Give me the deal that sends me to prison and ends this fucking 5 years
Yeah.
bullshit."
Vicious cycle.
Yeah. So judge gives me 2 years. We got arrested on a Tuesday. We go to court on a Friday. By Tuesday night, I catch the chain. Tuesday night is the night that Orange County, like, they pull you out Tuesday night. You leave Wednesday morning, right?
Heading up to Wasco.
Going to good old Wasco. And so I get to Wasco, and just like there's like levels to this shit as far as my drug use goes, you know, there's levels to this shit as far as doing time goes. And I get to Wasco and I realize that this is different than county. This is not county jail anymore.
There you go with the big boys.
You know, and I remember we're in line to go in, and there's a couple dudes from Orange County there with me, and one dude had done a term before, a couple of guys had done a term before, and so like I'm immediately deferring to these guys, like, what, you know, I don't know what's going on here, but like whatever this dude does, I'm just gonna go with the program, good, bad, or indifferent. And they walk us into the dorm, and like it just hit me, like, yo, as a kid when I was growing up, like this, I was always taught like this is where they send the fucking bad people. You know what I'm saying? And here I am, and You know, at first it was intimidating and it was scary and like I don't know what to do and I don't know how to act, and I think anybody that goes to prison for the first time and tells you that they're not scared, I think they're a fucking liar.
Yeah.
You know, because I don't think anything can fully prepare you for what you're walking into.
Yeah.
But over time, as you're in there and you adjust, you learn the program, you learn how to act, you learn how to operate, right? Like I start looking around, and the more scary thing for me was like I'm in this place that I was raised to know that this is where the bad people go, right? And not only am I there, but I'm okay.
Yeah.
And I'm actually, if I'm honest, kind of comfortable in this situation. Like I know how to operate in this environment. And that experience, that moment, that realization was like probably more scary for me than anything. Was like this is who I've become. This is like what I am. And I don't know, like I found this older cat, like I was like 31, 32 when I got to prison. So I wasn't like a youngster, but I wasn't like an old guy either.
Yeah. But you're more level-headed at that time, I figure.
Yeah, and so like I seen the youngsters coming in and like they were like always in the mix with things and like wanting to make a name for themselves and all this stuff. And then I seen the OGs that are there, that they're just covered with tattoos that, you know, they've done time their whole life.
Yeah.
You know, and I was smart enough to gravitate to one of the old heads and like kind of just pick his brain, and like he kind of showed me the ropes of like how to operate and what to do. And you know, sometimes I listened to him, and sometimes like the little youngster in me like came out, like he told me, he was like, you know, don't gamble. Stay away from the fucking card table. You want to play cards, you play cards with me, you know. And stay away from the drugs, right? Of course, I didn't fucking listen. You know, I wanted to fucking play pinochle with the boys, and I wanted to gamble, and you know, I wanted to get high, and I did. And I'll never forget a funny story, dude. So we're in there, and something happened. Like there was a lady CO on, and she had shut down the day room, or I had walked across the day room with my shirt off, and like that was her big thing, was like, you don't do that. And so she shut down programming for the afternoon. So they were like, you can work out or you can fight. And I was like, let's just go fight, dude. So I went and fought, and my head was all knotted up, and I come over, his name was Hud. He was from the IE, from Riverside. And I come over, and he was like, damn, Bama. He's like, you got some mite knots. I was like, some mite knots? What's that, Hud? He said, yeah, them motherfucking knots, they might go away, they might not. And that's just like how he taught me things, you know? He would let me like bump my head, and then he would talk me through it. And but he kind of like was like teaching me and schooling me on how to be a convict.
Yeah.
You know, and one of the things like that he told me was like, you know what, Bama, you're 32 years old. He's like, you still got a chance, dude. He was like, you don't have to be like me and be 50-something years old and have spent 30 years in prison. You know, he's like, you still got a chance. You don't have to get fucking tattoos covering your whole body like I do. Like you can leave this place and still go do something.
Yeah.
And I didn't believe him at that time, but like those words like resonated with me. And so I do my little time. I think I ended up spending like 8 months all in reception, and then with all my violations.
Sounds like my turn.
Yeah.
Were you getting write-ups, or?
No, it was just
packed.
When I was there, the average turnaround for people to get out of receptions was like 4 to 5 months. And I think honestly what happened is once my number came up, it was like I was like 5 months in, and they're like, why are we going to move this guy for 3 months?
Yeah.
You know, because with the time I had done in county.
Oh, so you paroled from Wasco?
No.
Oh.
So.
What was your CDC number?
AX 9125.
AX?
AX, yeah.
So you were there, what, 2014?
Got there in 2015.
15?
Yeah, got released in 16.
Yeah. So where'd you go after Wasco?
I went back to Orange County.
They sent you back to Orange County, the jail?
Yes. So when we got arrested, I had dope and rigs on me, right? Which in California is now just a ticket, right? So when I go to court for my violation, and I tell them to send me to prison, they do not adjudicate the ticket for the possession and the paraphernalia charge. So I'm at Wasco and I get a failure to appear because I'm in prison, and they didn't handle that. My lawyer didn't handle that when we went to court.
Yeah.
So when I get released, I'm excited because they called my name a day early for my release date, and I wasn't paying attention that, yo, it's Wednesday morning. You know what I mean? And so they carry me out, and then they put me and this one other dude from Orange County in a cell by ourselves, and then I see all the inmates coming in from Orange County. And I'm like, these motherfuckers are putting us back on this bus, dog.
Taking us back.
We're going back. So I get released. I get the free ride back to Orange County on the sheriff bus. I go through the loop one more time. I hit the main for 3 days. That was a Wednesday. We got up like Wednesday night sometime. I knew the guy that had the keys, and they got dope, so we're getting high from the rip. And I go to court Friday. They give me time served because it's a fucking ticket and it should have been taken care of. So I get court released Friday night, which means I can't report to parole until Monday. And everybody knows there's no way Chad is making it till Monday. You know, I've been getting high the last 3 days in here already anyway. So I show up Monday to see my parole officer,
and you're gonna find out more about that in
yeah,
part 5.
sounds
So
good.
this is ending part 4.